Now we will discuss about how to define a concurrent manager and what are the options or what are the parameters we need to put while defining it. To define a concurrent manager, we have to follow the navigation Concurrent Manager Define. Once we go to it, we need to give the manager name, the short name, the application. It means that which application the manager is running. Then we need to give the type. We define the type of concurrent manager, that is a concurrent manager, transitional manager or internal monitor, etc. Next we have the cache size. This means the number of requests the manager remembers to run each time it needs to run. If the manager cache size is 5, it reads 5 requests at a time and wait till 5 requests completed before taking a new request. Then we have options like data group. After this, parallel concurrent processing details. Over here we have the node and system queue. Node. This means the field is applicable only if we enable parallel concurrent processing. We define the node from which the manager will operate. The system queue, if we are operating in parallel concurrent processing environment and we want manager to use platform specific queues instead of generic concurrent processing management. The program library, we have the name the concurrent manager runs only for the programs which are listed in the program libraries like fnd libr, inv libr, mrc lib. Then we have the specialization rule. It has the options that call include, used to include, exclude the request the manager will want to run. The type of request a manager will run, example combine rule, Oracle ID, program request type and user application type. Then we have the work shift. It means the time from which the concurrent manager is active. You can define some fixed date or time from which the manager will be active. And the navigation would be concurrent manager work shifts. In that we have the options like name, from, to, days, date. Now we will discuss about the flow of a concurrent request. Once a concurrent request is submitted by a user, the table's fnd concurrent request is automatically updated by the details of the request. The tables are updated with the details of the request if this is scheduled immediately or scheduled at a fixed time. If the request is scheduled, the concurrent manager checks with the fnd concurrent tables to find out if the request is incompatible with any other request. If yes, the conflict resolution manager takes care to resolve the incompatibility. If no incompatibility, it checks if any specific manager is there to take care of the request. If yes, the request goes to the queue of the specific manager, or else the standard manager takes care of the request. So we can say if no incompatibility, it checks if the special manager is there to take care of the request. If yes, the request goes to the queue of the specific manager, or else standard manager takes care of it. The next we will discuss about how to administrate our concurrent manager. The navigation will be Concurrent Manager Administrator, and we need to check the name of the concurrent manager, the node from which node the manager will operate. The process actual refers to the actual number of processes running for concurrent manager, the process target, the maximum number of processes that needs to be active, request running, the request pending, status, controlling specific manager. Over here we have options like terminate and deactivate. In terminate, all running requests are terminated immediately, while in deactivate, all running requests are allowed to complete first. We also have restart. Helps to restart a particular manager. We need to restart if we change the work shift of a particular manager or modify the number of target processes. Verify. This is used to enable for the ICM. This option helps to force the process monitoring of other managers. Suspend, resume, refresh, request, process are also the other options. Parallel concurrent processing. This is the way to distribute Concurrent Manager across multiple nodes. It helps to distribute load across multiple nodes. The advantages would be load balancing. Load is distributed across various nodes which results in high performance. Also, it helps in fault tolerance. When a node fails, the Concurrent Manager continues on the other node. So, work is not hampered. Now let's discuss about the phases and stages of a concurrent request. At first we have the completed phase. Over here we have the normal, it means the request completed normally. Error, the request failed. Warning, the request completed with a warning. It is generated when the task won't complete normally. Cancelled is when the request was cancelled before started. Terminated when a running request was cancelled. Then we have the running phase. Under running phase we have running normal. It means the request is running normally. Paused. This means that the request is waiting for other requests to be finished. Resuming. It means that the paused request is resuming. Then we have terminating. The next phase will be the pending phase. Under pending, we have pending normal. It means requests are waiting from the Concurrent Manager. Pending standby. If a concurrent request is incompatible with some request, then it is in standby status till the Conflict Resolution Manager resolves the incompatibility and the manager is allocated. We have pending scheduled. This means that a concurrent request is scheduled to run at a particular point of time in future. Then we have the inactive phase. Over here we have no manager. It means that a concurrent manager is down or no manager is defined to run the request. Happens when the cache size is less or no cache size. Disabled and on hold. On hold, this means that the pending requests are kept on hold for the time being. So in this tutorial we have learned how to define a concurrent manager and what is the flow of the concurrent manager, how to manage a concurrent manager, and what are the phases and stages of concurrent manager. The main thing you need to remember is only the navigation. That's all about this tutorial. We'll meet you in the next tutorial. Thank you.